Nebraska just wrapped up their first week of fall practice in my oh my. Over the past couple days, over the past couple hours, I've learned some brand new exclusive inside nuggets about how this team is performing, breakout players, both offense and defense, surprising freshman phenoms who you will not expect, some injury updates, a running back who is potentially out for the entire year that the media is reporting on, a positional group that is not living up to expectations, how the quarterbacks are performing, and so much more. So really quick, practice nugget episodes are back. I'm fired up. If you are too, hit that like button. And also, the season's almost here. If you're a diehard Nebraska fan and you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? This is the only place in Nebraska YouTube where you can get daily content. Talking your favorite team, talking Huskers is a no-brainer. Take 2 seconds. Join this family of over 12,000 strong. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, we have a lot to talk about. Nebraska just wrapped up their first week of fall ball yesterday, and they capped it off with an open practice for the fans at Memorial Stadium. So we've heard a lot of big-time nuggets, a lot of inside scoops, but I want to get things started with some housekeeping with the depth chart, because there have been a lot of risers and there have been a lot of fallers in a span of only 6 days. Now, I want to go to, in my opinion, one of the biggest positional battles that nobody is talking about. This is at middle linebacker. We know there's going to be 3 linebacker starts for Nebraska this year in the 3-3-5. There's the jack, and then there's 2 middles. So we know the jack's going to be to Sam McColl. That's not a battle. But the 2 middle spots are completely up for grabs. It's down to Marquez Watson-Trent, Vincent Shavers, and then Javin Wright. There's 3 players for only 2 spots. Now, Marquez Watson-Trent's pretty much solidified his spot. He's one of the best linebackers in America, 120 tackles last year at Georgia Southern. That should not be a surprise. So he's going to start. So the other middle linebacker spot is up for grabs, and it's down to Vincent Shavers and Javin Wright. Now, I can firmly tell yesterday at the open practice, Vincent Shavers, who we all thought was going to start, he had a breakout year for Nebraska. He was running with the second stringers. He is not starting for the Huskers. Right now, Javin Wright has been given that nod. So that's surprising to some. But if you've been listening to the coaching staff all offseason, they love Javin Wright. He was supposed to start going to last year before he had all his blood clots. He's put on about 20 pounds of muscle. He's about 25 years old. He's a 7th-year senior. So he's somebody who's in the best shape of his life. He looks great on and off the field, and he's having a great fall camp. So not to act like Vincent Shavers is playing bad. Vincent Shavers is playing great, but that just tells you how good this linebacker core is, where Vincent Shavers was arguably our best linebacker last year, and he's not even going to start this year because of how deep we are, because of guys coming back from injury and guys coming in through the transfer portal. So that's a really good thing for this linebacker core, one of the most slept-on units in the entire Big Ten. Then another battle that people weren't talking about, but pretty much is over at this point in time. We're going over to the corner spot. We knew that Sierra Wright, he was going to start at corner 1, but corner 2 was up for grabs between Amari Sanders and Andrew Marshall, and I can firmly tell you that battle is over. It's over. After 1 week of fall practice, we know who our corner 2 is going to be. It is Andrew Marshall, transfer from Idaho. Now, this is somebody who, man, he was balling out yesterday at the open practice. He had a pick here and there. His speed, his explosiveness, he's a guy who's a weapon on special teams. He'd go up and get jump balls, get interceptions. He's phenomenal. Andrew Marshall has been balling out. And Marshall has been playing pretty good too, but Marshall on a different level. I think Nebraskans are going to fall in love with his game immediately when we see him against Cincinnati, but that's pretty much wrapped up. We know who our secondary stars are going to be. It's going to be Sierra Wright, Andrew Marshall, Malcolm Hartzog, and our safeties are going to be Marcus Buford and Sean Singleton. Then left tackle. Very interesting nugget there. We know that there's a battle there. Right now, it's down to Elijah Pritchett and Gunnar Gatula. Right now, as it stands, I'd probably say that Gunnar Gatula is the leader in the clubhouse, but Matt Rule said yesterday that Elijah Pritchett's been playing very well, had a good practice yesterday in front of the fans. If I were to guess, I'm going to tell you that Elijah Pritchett's going to start versus Cincinnati. And it's not because he's the better player, and it's not because he's practicing better. Simply because college football's been corrupted nowadays with all the money, and the harsh reality is that Elijah Pritchett is getting paid 7, 8, 9 times more money than Gunnar Gatula is. He's getting paid around $1 million. Gunner's not even close to that. So when you paid this left tackle so much money coming here from Alabama, you have a vested interest in him starting and proving you right. So while Gunnar Gatula might be playing better right now in fall ball, let's say going to that Cincinnati game, Gunner's playing a little bit better, just tiny bit better, and Elijah's right behind him. They're going to start Elijah because they want him to go out there and succeed, because it's going to be a bad look if they pay him $1 million for him to sit on the bench. So just know, I think Elijah Pritchett will probably be our left tackle starter no matter what going to Cincinnati. They're going to give him an opportunity, but would not be shocked if he has a short leash and doing the same thing he did at Alabama last year and they put in Gunnar Gatula pretty quickly. But just know this, Elijah Pritchett's playing pretty well in fall camp. Like, not to say he's playing bad, but it is a battle, and if it goes down the wire, I think it's going to be Elijah Pritchett. I feel pretty confident in saying that. Then a couple other nuggets around the step chart before we get into some of the other inside scoops, the injuries, and so much more. John Hall pretty much solidified our kicker going into the year. Mekhi Nelson, running back 2, that's pretty much a done deal. And then Isaiah Mozee, man, he's moving up the depth chart. The only thing around him, though, is his pass protection. If he can upgrade his pass protection, he should be our running back 3 going into the year. So those are the depth chart nuggets. Let's get into the injury report really quick here. Dane Key for Nebraska is currently hurt. He got banged up Friday in practice. He did not practice Friday. He did not practice yesterday. He was in the yellow jersey. So not great news there around Dane Key. Now, not to put off the alarm bells just yet. He will be fine by Cincinnati. He probably will be fine in a week from now. It's a lower body injury, but it's nothing to be concerned about. Dane Key, while he's out, he should be ready to go pretty quickly here. Again, that's not something you should be concerned about. Now, if this continues to happen with this receiver core, yeah, absolutely, we're going to be more concerned about it. But Dane Key right now is injured, but it's not something that's long-term. It's not something you should worry about going into Cincinnati. Demitrius Bell should be back by the start of the season, according to Matt Rule. Again, he's pretty much healthy. There's still some pain there in his knee. Again, getting back to football shape. So Demitrius Bell, he should be ready to go. Probably not against Cincinnati, but by going in Michigan for sure. Demetrius Bell will be back in this lineup. The only problem there around Demetrius Bell is that he's probably going to be out for all of fall ball. So he's going to be pretty behind. And I just don't know, even if he does come back for the Michigan game, he's probably not even going to play because there's some guys who are probably moving ahead of him of the depth chart given their plan, and he's not. President Tamoa is still out with the illness. That's not good news. Kwinten Ives, some bad news around him. He is going to be probably down to the wire when we play Cincinnati. He has a hamstring injury, which we reported on the channel a couple days ago. Not looking great there. He's going to be out for the next 2 weeks for sure. So that's something that just keep an eye on that, but that's probably going to be questionable going into Cincinnati. Jamarion Parker, some bad news around him. Likely going to be out for the entire year. They're going to shut him down. And then Jalen George should be coming back very soon. So those are some injury updates, some not great ones for you there. Then let's talk about the breakout players. Because, wow, there's a couple guys who just balled out yesterday at the open practice. I just want to get things started with a true freshman wide receiver. Former 4-star, coming out of Florida. Cortez Mills stole the show yesterday. He was phenomenal. There was one play at the back half of practice. It was a 40-yard bomb where he just absolutely mossed the defender, got a touchdown, jump ball. He does his thing. He was all over the field. Get jump ball after jump ball, these little slants, his speed, his explosiveness, his route running really shine. I mean, Cortez Mills, he might be in the mix to play, potentially start as his year progresses. He had a really good open practice. And again, the coaching staff, they love to hype him up, and we haven't seen the substance behind it, but we saw the substance yesterday. Man, he was great. So Cortez Mills, buy stock. He's more than a one-trick pony. He's more than just a jump ball type of guy. His route running is great. His speed is great. And he was making play after play yesterday. Jeremiah Jones looked really good. I don't know if Jeremiah Jones is ready. He had a couple drops yesterday, which was his problem, but the size, the speed speaks for itself. So we'll see if he can learn the playbook at a high level pretty quickly here. That'll really dictate whether or not he actually plays as a true freshman. Justin Rhett had a really good fall ball. Week 1, Justin Rhett, somebody people just need to start talking about more because he's going to play a lot in the secondary this year. Isaiah Mozee, once again, had a good open practice. The thing about Isaiah, again, is just the pass pro. His pass pro is not good right now. Like, that's the thing that's going to probably keep him off the field because he can't block compared to guys like, again, like an Emmett Johnson. Right. So hopefully Isaiah Mozee continues to develop himself in the pass pro, but we know what he is as a receiving threat in the backfield. That's why he's going to play on third downs. And then Jordan Ochoa, really good week 1. And Matt Rule shot him out yesterday at the press conference, like, buy some stock of Jordan Ochoa because he's going to play a lot at 3 technique and at jack. Then I want to talk about the corners because the corners have not been having the great start to fall practice. It kind of feels like deja vu. It was the same deal in spring ball where the corners had a really tough start to spring ball. And then as the days progress, as the weeks progress, the corners really start to play better. It's the same deal here where you feel really good about the top 3 corners. You feel great about Sear Wright. You feel great about Andrew Marshall. You feel good about Amari Sanders. And then everyone else besides that, there's some concern there. They're all talented, but they just got to prove it. Where, Jameer Khan, really, really rough week 1 of fall practice. There was a play they got leaked on social media I believe it was on Thursday. And Jacory Barney was running a post route. Dylan Ryle threw it right on the money, got a touchdown over Jameer Khan. Jameer Khan was holding him for dear life. Like, pass interference would have been called like 5 times on that play. So that was the deal with Jameer Khan. Like, he's a very explosive player, but he gets handsy. That was the big con I had on him going into Nebraska from Southern Illinois. So hopefully he can figure that out. He's not had the greatest start to fall camp. Donovan Jones did not have a great practice on Thursday, but he balled out yesterday. So he's pretty much off and on. He's inconsistent, but Donovan Jones was balling out yesterday. Bly Hill hasn't had the greatest start, and a couple other guys here and there. So the DBs, The corner depth's a little concerning, but I expect them by the time we actually get to Cincinnati, some of these young guys will really start to turn up. So I'm hoping like a Mario Buford, Larry Tarver, Jeremiah Charles, those type of guys start to blow up and have really, really good performances going into week 1. Then talking about the quarterback room, because we've seen some interesting developments there, not only with our starting quarterback, but with some of our depth pieces. I want to start off with Dylan. His deep ball, man, is so much improved from what we saw last year. Now, again, there's only so much we can see because he hasn't played against a new defense. He hasn't played against a Big Ten squad yet. Like, practice is great. He's a practice demon. We know that. So it's a little bit different when you go up against Michigan or Cincinnati or USC, but the deep ball, what we've seen in practice, spot on. I mean, he had a great throw to Luke Lindenmeyer on Thursday. From what I saw, Luke Lindenmeyer beat Javen Wright and just, dove and caught it right in the end zone. It's a perfect ball by Dylan. Dylan threw a perfect ball to Cortez yesterday, right? So, Dylan, 40, 50 yards out, he's throwing it on the money. So the deep ball looks good. He's putting more zip on that football. He's slimmed down. He's getting outside the pocket. He's becoming more of a vocal leader, which is very important. And the progressions are really good. Like, the progressions were great as a true freshman, but if you're watching his head now, watching him on a swivel, he's just going bang, 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 find the third guy in a matter of seconds, right? That's what we need to do in order to be a successful quarterback. Dylan Raiola, he's looking good right now, but there's only so much Kool-Aid I'm going to drink because we haven't actually seen him against a Big Ten opponent, and that's really what's going to be important there. And then talking about the quarterbacks, interesting storylines about the quarterbacks yesterday. The depth at the open practice. Now, Jalen Gramstad, pretty much going to be quarterback 2 at this point in time. The coaching staff, they continue to hype him up. Jalen Gramstad did not play very good yesterday. And that's not too shocking to me because when I saw him at the spring game, he didn't really play that good either. And I not to sound like a hater, I think Jalen Gramstad's a phenomenal leader. I think he's somebody who's a winner at the highest level, whether it was in high school, at NII, he was a national champion, he was an MVP. He has all these accolades, but for whatever reason, whenever I watch Jalen Gramstad, I just don't get it. I don't get what the coaching staff's talking about. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He doesn't impress you with his physical traits. And yesterday, his accuracy just wasn't good. He missed a lot of guys yesterday in open practice. So maybe it was just an off day for Jalen Gramstad. He didn't play great. From what we heard yesterday in open practice, but he's solidified quarterback 2. We're just hoping it doesn't come to a point where he's going to the game for meaningful snaps, right? So quarterback depth honestly might be more of a concern than I was giving it credit for. Now, TJ Lateef, man, he had a really good practice yesterday. He was by far the second best quarterback, not named Dylan Raiola. TJ's had a strong camp. He played really good on Monday too. So TJ, there's a real reality where TJ might play in 4 games. He might even be our backup as the year progresses because that's how good he's played in fall ball. His ability to get out of the pockets, unlike anything we've had in the past couple of years. The accuracy has been so good. So really liking what we're hearing from TJ. And then Marcos, again, he's a lot more raw than I thought. The arm strength's there, the talent's there, but Marcos probably won't play this year, unfortunately. I was hyping him up. I thought he was going to be quarterback too. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. He's still very raw. He's pretty much a freshman still. So we're still in it long term with Marcus Davila, but he's a far ways away. But just want to give you guys the update there. Jalen Gramstad is going to be quarterback 2, but TJ might be pushing him because TJ, here was yesterday's rankings and using my hands, right? Dylan was here from the quarterback play. TJ was here. Jalyn was here. Marcos was, or I'd probably say Marcos and Jalyn were right together. So that's where I put it. I just think TJ was balling out, and TJ played better than Jalyn at the spring game too. So that's just my evaluation. I don't care who's the quarterback 2. From what I saw with my own eyes twice, that's what I saw. TJ was playing a little bit better. So very interesting nugget there. Then special teams. Let's talk special teams. Everybody's favorite subject. Man, looking pretty good. Now, let's hold our breath here. It's only been 1 week, but Archie Wilson, not only from what we saw on Wednesday, but yesterday, he was bombing punts with both his left and his right foot. He's rolling out. He looks good. I don't know. Mike Eckler probably found his next stud NFL punter right there in Archie Wilson, so he looks great. And then the kickers went perfect yesterday in the open practice. Not a single kicker missed a kick. When was the last time we could say that? John Hull was perfect. Kaahaaina was perfect. Tristan Alvano somehow was perfect. The kickers are looking good as well. So, maybe Mike Eckler's working his magic now. Again, there's a lot that can happen between now and the Cincinnati game. I feel a lot better about Archie Wilson than what I did. I'm still worried about the kicker battle, but kickers looked good yesterday. So that is definitely good around the special teams. It all should be noted, Jacory Barney is our punt return. That's pretty much a done deal. And then Andrew Marshall is our kick return. That's also pretty much a done deal. And then last thing, just talking about kind of the overall nuggets from week 1. It's very clear from everything we heard. Again, the media saw the team on Monday. We saw the Big Ten crew. They saw them on Thursday and on Friday. A couple other media sites saw them on Thursday and Friday as well. And of course, the fans saw them yesterday. It's pretty clear in Nebraska. I mean, we're a far ways away from game day, right? Like, we're not where we need to be in a lot of aspects. We're not as physical as we should be. The penalties, the discipline, something that Dana Holgerson's continuing trying to work on with this offense. Like, we can't jump off sides on defense. We can't, false start on offense, stuff like that, right? Dana Holgerson's working on that. Matt Rule's working on that. John Butler's working on that. So we need to fix all these penalties. They're still kind of occurring in fall ball. It's very early. We had a dropping issue yesterday with the wide receivers. That needs to go away. And then just being more aggressive all around on defense, taking the ball away at a high level. Just haven't done that so far. So, we're just trying to figure things out, especially with these newcomers. If we were to play a game tomorrow, we probably wouldn't be the best team. But that's expected in week 1 of fall ball, but there's just a lot of things to be happy about. Like, I think overall, the strides you see in Dylan, all the good nuggets around this receiver core, the trenches played really well in week 1. Feeling good about the starting unit in the secondary, feeling good about the linebacker core. The special teams played well. Like, there's just not too much that went bad. The injuries weren't ideal, right? Markway going down, not ideal. Quinn Ives going down, not ideal. Jamarion Parker, the receiver injuries too, not ideal. It just happens, but hopefully we'll be 100%, at least close to 100% going into Cincinnati. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. We're going to weekly installments of these Nugget episodes every single Sunday, so let me know your thoughts down below. Again, if you made this far, hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go Big Red, go Matt Rule, and I'll see you in the next one.